Hey guys, happy Monday. Today is Monday, October 14th, 2019. I love the fact that I finally get my old friend, Commissioner, District 4 Orange County Commissioner Maribel Cordero on the show. Welcome to the show. So give us a thumbs up, let us know you can hear us or see us. We're trying this new platform, the TED Show. So I can't always hear people. I can't always see people who come on. It's a new little thing with Facebook. And I don't know if you know the story behind that, but I actually did a show once where they read my lips for 30 minutes and there was no volume.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we've learned a lot. There's a bunch of people on. Give us a heart. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know you can hear us or see us. I'm super excited to have Commissioner Cordero on. She's got a giant district. These are my words, in Orange County. It impacts a lot of our residents, and I think it's super important. You're going to hear all of the cool things she has going on. We're going to talk about Hispanic Heritage Month. Nobody said anything yet, so that must mean we're okay. Maybe our friend in the corner over here, the amazing David, will tell us. All right, so here we go. We got some hearts and thumbs up. So welcome. You and I have been friends a long time. I was with you during even before you ran for office. I thought you were so brave back then because that was a brand new thing for you to do. Hey, Janelle, how you doing? And so, welcome. There you go. I'm not going to tell your story. I'm going to let you do it. So give us a little background on you. The people always want to know, like, a little bit about Maribel, where you came from, and then how you got on this crazy journey of community political service. You're a community servant, basically.
I know. Thank you, Ted. Thank you, all of you that are always, checking on Ted's show. Well, I am original from Puerto Rico. I moved here 23 years ago, living in Orange County. And since I started working with the community, very active. I was hired to work for Children's Home Society, and then it became...
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, I was hired.
My wife was adopted from there.
Oh, yeah?
The one local.
Oh, wow, yes. Well, I worked for them 15 years. I was a lead, a supervisor, and, they privatized it, so it went through doing the dependency department. And it was good. I love it because it was working with the community, with the families,
Sure.
Trying to unify the kids with the family, back with the parents, and all these resources around, which we work with. Osceola is a 3-county, Osceola,
Sure.
Seminole, and Orange. So I got familiar with all of these resources around in the county and continue working with the families, very active in church. So, my passion took me to, run the first time in 2014.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So a lot of people have a passion for getting involved, but they don't take it to the next level. They don't take the next step. So you decided totally green, meaning you had no political experience other than working in a governmental agency like Children's Home Society. That is not the same, people, as running for office. So what was it when you and Henry? I love your husband Henry. He's a talented musician, entertainer. You guys have this conversation. How did that transpire? Did you just go, "Hey Henry, I want to run for office"?
Oh, no. No. Actually, it was one day that I had to go step by my home. I was visiting some clients, right? And I had to step home because I needed to get some papers, do something. And there were this woman, her name is Trini Quiroz, everybody knows her. And she said, "What do you do?" And I said, "Well, I work for the families." And I told her what I was doing, and she said, "Do you have a degree?" I said, "Yes, I have a bachelor's degree." And I was there thinking about getting to my master's degree in mental health because that's what I like to do. So what happened is that she said, "You know what? We need somebody to run. We need a leader in the Hispanic community," and so on. I said, "I don't know nothing about it." I told her, I said, I do not know anything about, how the government runs here. I only know, where to vote, when to vote, and the people because I researched them, but not because I know what they do or whatever. So she said, "Oh no, we need to educate you. We need to put you in some kind of, so you can learn or whatever." And I said, "But to do what?" "Well, we would like you to run for commissioner of this district." And okay, District 4, this is my district. So that's when, everything started. I started learning about the county,
Because you
know.
had to start, and Luis Portalatin says he's a musical colleague of Henry's.
Oh,
he and I
okay.
worked together at the home team of Freedom Mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I remember when I think Henry actually reached out to me first and said, I want to have a meeting because Maribel's going to run for office. Now, you know, I am always intrigued by somebody's start place, like, why are you doing that? I want to encourage people to have a passion for it. And what I loved about initially, especially, you just dove in. You're right. I don't know either. So you've learned a lot, but in the beginning, you were listening to everybody. I did watch you. I watched you when you were talking to people, when you were engaging with people. But that is a very interesting place to start with no knowledge. And that district is huge. At the time, the commissioner had been in for a while. You were going head to head with an incumbent who at the time was super involved. And so you really just took it. Was there ever any fear? Was there ever anything like, what did I get myself into? What were you thinking during that?
Well, you know, Ted, I didn't even know. Even I dig in and I said, well, okay, let's file, let's go for it. You know, I pray first, you know, that I am very a faithful person, and I always pray before I do things. But the doors were opening, and actually that wasn't the time to win. It was a time to learn. And I start learning, I start, you know, getting into people, you know, like, hey, can you explain to me this? And reading a lot and getting into training. And then the commissioner, the incumbent, she appointed me to the CRC, the Shadow Review Commission. And then that's when I had like my very good training, because she said, if you are planning to run again, which I think you should, that's what she said, I would like to appoint you to this
awesome
commission. And I said, well, okay. And I didn't even knew about it either, so that's where I learned a lot. And I really, you know, I'm grateful that she appointed me as well.
Awesome,
I know she was used by God anyway, because I know that was a very good training for me. Those 16 months that I was there, day after day, week after week, you know, meetings and different.
So John Kalish, who's Batman, you know, that's his thing.
Yeah.
So he says, how ironic that Batman is watching the commissioner. You gotta love John.
Yes.
All right, but you're going through this. So you go through the first election, and you do not win. It's the learning. But what was that time like? Like, what was it where you said, all right, I'm going to do this again? And did Henry go, or did your family or friends go, you're crazy, why do you want to get involved? What drives you to want to be a public servant?
Well, you know, and that's how I put it. Not a politician, I'm a public servant.
Amen.
That's exactly true. So I put it that way. I think I wanted to do more. I wanted to be more involved. I wanted to have access to a lot of other stuff. But just being, you know, a citizen, it wasn't enough. So, and I continue praying. I request, you know, more knowledge from other people, like the one in front of us, that, you know, I asked him a lot of questions, because I met him after he ran District 5 campaign. So we were in a meeting and I met him, and that's when we, you know, start, you know, getting some classes, some courses, some training and so on, getting out there. So, and I said, okay, so I'm gonna file. And then I filed like the year that I was gonna run.
Right, so what was that like? What did you have? Was there opponents at that time? I'm so not involved in politics. So did you have somebody you were running against? Is it tough to campaign? I get asked that question a lot afterwards, because we were talking earlier, all three of us, before the show went live, is that we really don't like to engage in that negativity, that nastiness that comes out when you're talking about running for any office or doing anything in the public eye. And you have been so gracious in that. Was it hard? Not for you, but was it hard to see the negativity that might have been surrounding what you were trying to accomplish?
Yes, it was hard for me, for my family, for all the people that were around me. Yes, very, very hard. But I continue praying, and my thing was not, you know, throwing negative things to nobody.
That's good.
I was not running against them. I was running for the community.
Correct.
To be,
huge
you know,
difference.
yes, and I was very concentrated. I was very, you know, knocking on doors, even if it was raining, it was sunny, it was whatever, thundering, I was knocking on doors, and that's what it was tough. It's tough because, you know, then you have to go to a lot of interviews, you have to go to the chambers of commerce, you have to, you know, the worst that I do not like, and I have to say it, and I know because my campaign manager will not let me lie. I do not like to fundraise. I do not like to ask for money.
It's interesting, right? Because that's a very difficult thing when it's your, and I think that's for any, it doesn't have to be necessarily in politics. It could be like, I don't really like to fundraise for myself either. Now I could do it for you, or I could do it for David, or I could do it for anybody else. But to do it for yourself, it seems disingenuous. It's very difficult to wrap your head around it. Like, hey, I know you like me, so cut me a check. It's very hard. That's why you have people in place that do that.
Yes.
So you get in, and then what was it like? Were you immediately like, I got this, I know it? Or did you have to continue to learn and grow?
Oh, yes. No. I don't got it. No way. Remember the administration, the new administration is all new. Like the mayor is new, other commissioners are new as well. The major staff is new because they come. So it was like everybody in the learning, you know, pace. But it was good. It was good. It was a learning, and I'm still learning, and I will learn every day. I'm very friendly, very outgoing, so I spend a lot of time trying to know more of the staff, the county staff, and, you know, respect them and let them, you know, I do that every day. I let them know.
You do that in your personal life too. So I think my biggest thing that I want people to know about you from a personal perspective is that what you see is the real Maribel.
Yes.
There is no fake. And so when she's trying to get to know you or trying to learn, she's not going to tell you something that she doesn't know the answer to. She's going to find out the answer. And she's not going to look at you in a different way just because she's now commissioner. She's really trying to get to know you and get to know not just her constituents, but the people in our community. And I love that about you, and that's why I love you have this natural and inquisitive nature, and I think that's so important because you're always learning. You aren't the answer to everything, and you don't have the answer to everything, and how cool is it that you're able to say, I don't have the answer, but let me get with the 25 people behind me that might have the answer for you.
And that's exactly true. And I think that a good commissioner would not be a good commissioner if the county staff is not there behind us.
Correct.
And because they have a lot of answers and they know a lot and they have been there years and years and years. So I respect them, I hug them, I kiss them, I said thank you for everything you do, and they say, oh boss, and I always go, boss, how you do? And I said, no, you are the boss. I said, but you too. So yeah, in a good way, because I mean, I know behind a good commissioner there's good staff, you know, working behind me, like helping me and trying to get things together. And I don't care who you are, I don't care if you clean the floors, I always hug them. I say, man, thank you for, you know, having this clean. That's you know, we have to appreciate
well, that's
everything.
real. That's why.
And
you know,
that's how it is. And people do things better for you, and they are more happy, and they like to see you. So yeah.
Well, you're building a team. There's real rapport.
Thank you. Yes.
There's none of that craziness where you're the bigwig politician, so to speak, commissioner, and then everybody's beneath you. You treat everybody the same way, which I love. All right, so let's talk about District 4. Tell them a little bit about District 4, what that covers, and then let's talk about some of the cool things, some of the things that you're working on, some of the things you see coming in, because I think people don't understand. It gets very confusing, I have to tell you. Before I did the show, I didn't pay attention. This is the truth. We have Orlando City Commissioners, and then we have Orange County Commissioners, completely different, and their districts are completely different. So tell us a little bit about District 4 for Orange County.
Okay, and District 4 is the east side of Orlando in Orange County. It takes from, if we take it from here, from where we are right now, which is downtown, and we drive to the east, it's all Colonial, but the east side.
Right.
Okay? Of Colonial, or the south side of Colonial, let's put it that way, because the north is for District 5, and some District 3, and the south is District 4, and it's all Alafaya, Waterford Lake, Avalon Park, and part of 44, Dean Road, Lake on the Hill, also Chickasaw, Lee Vista, Narcoossee, Lake Nona, all the way
it goes forever,
down to
I feel
Meadowwood, Weatherby, Ginger Mills, South Chase, Peppermill, OBT, a little space in Young, and I mean, it's all over the place.
I don't know the answer to this question. Is District 4 the largest county district?
I think is the
From
two,
a size
yes,
perspective.
because I think District 1 is larger,
Okay.
and then District 4,
It's
and then you
amazing.
go District.
So you have that. So how do you begin? What are some of the things that when you came into office were important to you? And then tell us about the changes, because we have so much cool stuff. I love our city, I love our county, I love our Central Florida area. So many cool things going on. What are you trying to implement, and what are some of the programs that you're working on, or maybe some things that you've done?
Well, I have to say, Ted, one of the things that I had in my platform is the homelessness. You know that there is a very high increase of homeless, and what happened is that because we are beautiful or put in beautiful the downtown,
Right.
the homeless have been moving to the east side.
Right.
And they are in the woods, and so well, I'm trying to develop some of the projects to help the homeless.
So they've shifted because of
Yes.
all of the stuff, all the growth downtown. They have to have a place to go, and the east tends to have more wooded areas, more areas where they could flock and congregate.
Yes, and also we have a crisis in housing, right?
We sure
Which
do.
we also have to work on it. So you know that the mayor have the project Housing for All, and he has a task force, and they are working together on that. But that's something also that I'm dealing and having some, and you don't know how I know this, but I don't know, things have been coming to my table and to my desk, let's put it that way, and I like, okay, I think we can use this, is that connection with the private sector.
Yes.
in order to see how we can help the crisis that we have in housing.
Because it's crazy, because there's no the affordability, the affordable housing is such an issue right now.
Yes.
I read an article, I don't know if it was Orlando Sentinel or somewhere, and they were talking about how even if you could afford it, most people can't find it, and then you have to have so much in reserves in order to get the first month down, the last month,
Yes.
the security deposit. And so even if you could afford the monthly rent, which is a challenge, we're talking about rent in general, I'd love to have more affordable housing. We also had a recent grant cut, which I don't know if that was county or city, but there were a lot of things that have been going on in affordable housing. And it's a challenge here. It is such a challenge. And it's something that I think is so important, because remember, guys, if they can't afford housing, where are they going to go? Either away or the streets. I mean, it's very difficult place or the motels on 192, or all of the places where people go, that it's their last resort. They don't know where else to go, so they have 8 of them in a hotel room. I mean, it's very trying. And so I love the fact that that's part of your platform.
Yes, and the other thing is that, and it's very difficult because even the hotels or the motels, they increases the rent. When they knew that that's one of the main, problem that we have, they increased it. So you could be in a hotel, live in a hotel, or renting a room for $1,500 a month.
Well,
the same. I mean, like,
just think about it, guys. It's not just the rent. So let's say you could afford that rent, then you have to figure out how to get the kids to school.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I forget if it was 60 Minutes or CB. Somebody did a special on this many years ago, and Seminole County was actually the focus, and it was just amazing on how many kids were living in a motel room, and how difficult it was. And then, of course, the parents were afraid, because if the school system finds out that there are too many of them in a house, then the school system reports them, and then they are literally put in a place where they have to choose between keeping their kids in school there or moving out and trying to find another place. It's a very desperate situation.
It is.
And you see, the thing that people don't understand, and I'd love for you to talk about this, or we can talk about it a little bit, is that people see all this building going up. So you see tons and tons of homes being built and apartments being built. That doesn't mean that people can afford to be in those homes or
they're
apartments.
too expensive. I mean, so what I do is, what I have been trying to do is try to negotiate with the developers also to see if they can give us a percentage of those rent, or those homes or those units for low income,
Nice.
rent. So that's something that you can negotiate, and they will help the
Are they
economy as
open
well.
to it when you talk
Some
to
of
them?
them, some
Yeah?
of them, yes.
Good.
Yes, I
I
have
want
to
to
say
challenge
yes.
all of them to be more
Yes.
open about that.
Yes, and it's very sad, Ted, that we haven't, these theme parks that they are, built and so for the kids and so, and then having so many homeless kids, okay?
Yeah.
Kids with no home, and so it's sad. So I think that everybody, I think they're worried about it, and we have to come up with something quick before we get like LA, that all the homeless are all in the
Yeah.
sidewalk, and now people, Ted, I call over there to some people, government people, to ask them why is this happening. So that's how you can see how interested I am in this project, and in this social issue. Let's put
We
it that way
need
as well.
to have more people interested.
There are people that are working and professional people. It's because they are living in a tent or living in the sidewalk because they cannot afford a rent, but they work, they have an income.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want that to happen here.
No, and there's opportunity for it to happen, and so I love that you're being proactive to try to get that not to happen. Now on the flip side, you've got all the growth, right? So Lake Nona, let's take Lake Nona. You've got Medical City out there, and so there's just so much growth going on out there. It's a new thing too. You also have to be cognizant of attracting businesses that come in and making sure that new employers come in, because it is a good thing, guys, to have a headquarters move down here. So when you hear things about so-and-so moved their headquarters to Lake Nona or to some place in Orange County, it's actually a good thing for us, because that's jobs. It's jobs. So what else is going on in Medical City? We have all sorts of fun stuff.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good things now. Numerous. They are also opening another session or something. I mean, I love it over there. You go over there in all the
Beautiful.
Medical City, and it's true. What we want and what I want to see is that those good jobs stay here for the people that live
Yes.
here. That these big, companies and so doesn't relocate people from other places, from the Philippines or from California, not because they're not good, it's because the people that are invested or invest here, like for example in our college right here, UCF, right?
Right.
They invest their scholarship or whatever, they invest the time here, they stay here, and then they are not getting a job here because they don't have experience or whatever. But I would like to see them being hired here and not going to Indiana or to California
Correct.
or to Washington State to be employed when they have been investing their time and money here.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing when we talk about it with Ted's community too. We really want to keep the talent, and economically speaking, it's so important to keep the talent here. They live here, they eat here, they breathe here, and then they get used to it. And then the fact that they can't find a job, or they have difficulty finding a job, and then they have to be that whole talent, which is money to the community. You guys don't understand. It's I'm really not good at economics, but I understand this part. If they move out, we're losing that talent, we're losing that potential income, we're losing that revenue that would come into the community, into the county, into the city. And so it's super important. You want to make the jobs attractive. How do you do that? You have enough jobs, you hire local, and you bring in more companies who are going to be on that bandwagon with you to hire local instead of bringing people in, like Commissioner Cordero said. All right, let's talk about, you just did an event, Hispanic Heritage Month, which the home team of Freedom Mortgage, Linda Guzman and Lulu Rivera also. I mean, there's a whole bunch of amazing people. Hola. Talk about why that's important. Why do we need a Hispanic Heritage Month? And then what goes on? Because there's so many months, right? It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Domestic Violence Month. It's Ovarian Cancer Month. It's Children's Cancer Month. I mean, it's...
November is Family Month.
That's right, November's Family Month. So tell me about Hispanic Heritage Month. What does that even mean to people who would be like, I have no idea what that...
Well, actually, I'm going to say like my festival yesterday, Tu Raíces, we did it in Middlewood Recreational Center. And it was fun. The music was fun. The production was fun. The food was good.
I heard the food was insane.
Yes, the food trucks. So, but this is what it is. The whole family come together, and they have these dancing and all these things that culturally, come from Venezuela, Colombia, Cuba, and all of that. And we all get together and we all, share all those, the music and all these dancing and all these things, and we have fun. That's what it is, to continue and to also let our kids that are, being raised here, not to forget about
Well, because you want, what does it mean? How do you say it? What's the name of the event?
Tu raíces.
What does that mean?
That means your root.
Oh, very cool.
Yes,
See,
in Spanish.
I did not know what that meant.
Yes.
Poquito.
Poquito.
But I love the food. What I love about it, it's community engagement at its
Yes.
best. You have all of the cultures come together. And then what's great about it, just because you're not Hispanic, Latino, Latina, doesn't mean you can't go and enjoy the community, because it's really about engagement and keeping people. I love the fact that you want to keep the culture.
Yes.
So you want people to be able to celebrate that. I heard Steve Barger, who's part of my team, Panamanian, and there were some Panamanian dancers, I think, that were amazing. I saw the pictures of that. And I think that it's a great thing to keep your culture, but then you also want to educate people on the culture.
Yes.
Because the more they become educated, the less it becomes something foreign to them. And so the more apt they are to engage, get involved in the community. And then I just think it's so important to continue to have things like that. So if you see somebody celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month and you think, all right, well, the only thing I know about that is dos cervezas, por favor, or tacos, like I do, right? So there's a few things. Go and enjoy, learn the music, learn the culture, look at the food, look at what they're doing and how they're engaging. And I just think it's super, super important for us to continue to do that kind of stuff in our community.
There was some couples, American couples that came, and even though if they don't understand the music, but they can dance it, I saw them. They were like, and they like it. They love the food like you.
I do love the food.
So yeah.
You can tell the camera does not add 20 pounds. It's just the 20 pounds on the camera right now that I have.
Yes.
I do love the food. And I love the fact, though, that people came out, all these companies came out, people came together, and that's what we want to do. So whether it's Hispanic Heritage Month, next month there's every Greek festival known to man is November. I love those. You go, you have the food.
Yes.
You don't speak Greek. But you learn about the culture and the food, and that's really just about engaging the community and keeping the community, because we have so many different facets to the community.
Yes.
So what's long term? What happens next? Do you have to, I don't even know how long is your term, and then do you eventually run again? Is that where we're at? Is that where we're getting to? Have you already filed to run again?
No.
Okay. I don't know anything. I'm literally asking because, as you know, I don't do any research.
Yes. But you run for 4 years, and you can have 2 terms of 4 years, which is 8 years. So in 2022 will be the second round of 4 years.
Wonderful.
To run again, and if that's God will, I will run again.
I love it.
So yes, I will be there, and if the community want me there, I will be there, and I will continue helping and working with them, and that's what I love, Ted. I always tell my people, well, I say my people, but I'm saying my people from the district.
Yes.
That always send me an email. Why? Because everybody talks about transparency, but don't send me an email. Well, send me an email, because that's everywhere. That's public records.
Right.
And if I do not follow through with whatever you come through or whatever your needs are, then you hold me accountable for it.
I love that.
And it's right there. It's open, and I don't hide anything. You want help or you need anything, send me an email. I will really, I have the staff right there that also, they are, public servant. They are not because they're my staff and I am the commissioner, it's whatever I said, and no. We all work together as a group, as a team, and we also, everybody has the same heart like me to help the community. So we will be there for them.
I love it. So what do you do for fun before we head out?
Oh, a lot of things. Because I don't stop.
Because I think people will look at you. You're everywhere. What was that? You said a phrase earlier in Spanish where you're everywhere, you're involved. You said it to me.
Que estás pegado. Tú estás pegado.
Yes, and so you're everywhere. I can't repeat that. I'll try later. You're everywhere, and so a lot of people ask me after shows, well, you should have asked what their downtime is, Ted. We like to get to know them. So are you into music? Obviously, Henry is, her husband. But what do you do to relax? What do you do on your downtime, family time?
That's family time. My best time is family time, and everybody will know that, after God, family is what it is.
I love that.
And that's that's what made me happy. My granddaughter, I have one granddaughter, but she's gonna be two.
Oh, what a great
yes, next month,
age.
and I love her. Oh my God, to that. So that's a family. That's happiness to us. But I am very active in church as well. I'm part of the board in church, so I have some other events that I do that I really love to do as well. But yeah, when it's family time, when I, having dinner with them or cooking at home or doing something, which people know that I am not a cooker, but when I do it, it's really because and that makes me happy. So being at home and spending time with family, but helping the people and see how they, when they come with some problems and some needs and they leave my office, satisfied that things have been done. That is another happiness thing that make me happy. But I wanted to say that before we move to other stuff, transportation in my district.
Bring it up.
Okay.
I was going to ask you if I'd missed anything. I'm sure there was.
Okay. So this Thursday, October 17th, we will have a town hall meeting with Major Jerry Demings and myself in District 4. It will be in the Renaissance Senior Center right there at Econ. And he is coming around. I know people say, oh, but he wants to, increase the taxes or whatever for one side. But he wants to do that, but he wants to also know what the community wants, what they need, what they want, what the struggling is, and so because he want to, open up to what is the need. So that's gonna happen this Thursday, October 17th at 6 in Renaissance Senior Center.
Fantastic.
For the district 4 citizens.
How do you keep it all straight? We'll have to do a different show for that because I don't know how you keep it all straight. All right, so we're going to share all of Commissioner Cordero's contact information, how you can reach her. I did tag her. She's, of course, got a Facebook page. She's got a website. She's got emails. There's all sorts of ways to reach out to her. The thing that I want to encourage you or tell you about that I personally know is that she is incredibly accessible and wants to hear what you have to say, and I think that's really important when you're in public service like you are. The last thing we ever want is somebody in public service who doesn't come across like they're accessible. We've all dealt with that before, but she is not one of those people. She's amazing, loving, caring, an awesome human being, and we'll share all of that later on. So tell us, we talk about mentors. You mentioned it a little earlier. Can you give a shout out to somebody who's helped you along the way? Could be politically, it could be family, it could be career. Just give them a shout out because we want more people to get involved in the community and be mentors to people who might want to take a leap of faith and get involved.
Sure, and also I'm very open for any advice or anything. I am very humble on that. I don't care. I'm a commissioner. I don't know everything, and maybe other people know more than me. But this is my time now to be commissioner. So anything, any idea, anything that you think that I should know, or anything that you would like me to work into the community, or any project, anything, bring it on, because you will be heard and I will be, willing to work it together. So, one that helped me a lot, that I have to say that was with me since the beginning, Henry, my husband. Oh my God, he is amazing. And he's very supportive and so I love you. Thank you for everything. And my family, my kids. And then after that, David Washington, who have been there with me, supported me, and also we have been up and down, and because this is not easy, Ted. This is a lot of work. This is not what it's, I'm going to be in chair and everybody will serve me, and so that's not how it is. I mean, if you come with that mentality, please don't even come. If you don't even run, if you're not going to serve the community, if you're not going to be there for them, don't run. Do what you have to do. Come to me and let's work a project together, and that way you will be working for the community. But because this is a lot of work, and you really have to be accessible to the people, and that's one of my campaign platform was and promise was to be accessible to them. And I have a satellite office, mobile office every week in different state community center in my district. So people come to me. If they cannot come to the office because it's difficult, going through all these and parking and all of that. I go to them every week.
That's awesome.
And well, beside Henry, my family, David, Steve Mayer also have been, training me, and I was speaking because I was very timid, very shy. I wasn't like all this. In FaceTime and all of that. But now, I have been, doing my part as well, getting trained.
Well, you're passionate about what you're doing. And sometimes you need people around you to channel that passion into the things that make sense within the crazy world of politics and
Yes.
public service.
And I
right?
haven't finished. And
Oh,
I have
okay.
also Marcos Vilar, Jimmy Torres, Luis Hernandez, Anthony Suarez, all those people that are very close to me. They are my advisors. They have been there close to me. They still with me. I still, have that open door that I don't know everything. They are there for me. And my padrino, Carlos, which he is the one that runs Acacia. So yes, I have been, with very good people behind me. Jimmy Haufang, oh my God. So I don't know. I mean, I hope I don't leave somebody out, but
you can always post later.
yes, if that's the case. But and my pastor Rocky, and then Pastor Green, and then Pastor Nino. I have been receiving their support and their prayers. So yeah, there's a lot of good people behind me that I receive and I meet. I receive advice from them and I meet with them, in a monthly basis. And so also this is something that people don't do, but every 6 months what I do is I call the pastors that have been supporting me, the Baptist church, like Pastor Green and so, and I tell them what I have been doing and what I'm going to do in the next period of time. And so I have been keeping them up to date. So yes.
See all that gratitude? I think that's so important. Y'all need to be more grateful, or at least speak it out loud, because we don't speak it out loud enough. We don't tell people enough, and that's another reason why I have you talk about your mentors and the people who have helped you, because I think we need to say it out loud more, because I'm a big believer the more you say gratitude out loud, the more you're going to get. That's biblical too, just in case. All right, you're a joy to have on. Love you to pieces. She's amazing. Orange County District 4 Commissioner Maribel Cordero. She's just as easy and accessible and wonderful to talk to as she is on the show today. It doesn't mean that just because she's on the show doesn't mean that you can't access her. And I think it's super important for people to know that you can reach out to your elected officials, and you should.
Yes.
You really should.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much. Thanks,
Thank
David,
you.
for organizing. We love you guys so much.
Thank
Follow her. Go out and find out what she's doing, because she covers a lot of the area that watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
We love you guys. We'll see you soon.